The morning of the concert, I arrived before anyone else. The stage was empty, the auditorium silent. I pressed a hand to my throat, trying to coax out a note, any note.
Please, don't fail me now. Nothing came out, not even a whisper.
I bit my lip, fighting back the wave of tears. Suddenly, a calm voice came from the doorway. It was Ren. You came too early. You're pushing yourself again. I forced a smile. I'm fine. Really. He stepped closer, his expression firm. Stop saying that when you're clearly not. His words hit me, and I couldn't help but look away, ashamed. Later that day, the whispers started. I walked into the classroom, and it was like a switch flipped. I heard she's singing solo because she's close to Ren-kun. Another voice chimed in louder. I bit my lip, shame washing over me again. Then what do I do? He looked at me, his gaze serious. Trust me. I'll guide you. Just stop trying to do everything alone. I just stood there, feeling smaller than ever. That evening, as I left the school gates, lost in my own thoughts, I didn't even notice him. Aoi stood under an umbrella as a light rain began to fall. Aimi! I stopped, but couldn't bring myself to turn around. Let me walk you home, he offered. I shook my head faintly. I don't want to trouble you anymore. I could feel his hurt even with my back to him. You're not trouble, he said, his voice low. You never were. My own voice was distant, lost. But I feel like I am. And with that, I walked away into the rain, leaving him standing there. In his room that night, Aoi opened his sketchbook. It was filled with drawings of me singing, smiling, crying. He drew one last picture, me, standing alone under a single spotlight. As a tear fell from his eye and smudged the ink, he whispered to the empty room, even if I'm not the one beside you, I'll still cheer for you. The morning of the concert arrived. Backstage, Ren and I did some light warm-ups. My voice was soft, but at least it was there. Don't overdo it, he cautioned. Save it for tonight. I gave him a nervous smile. I'm just scared I'll freeze up. He looked at me gently. If you look for someone in the audience, look for me. I'll be right there. I just nodded, not knowing what to say. Meanwhile, in the classroom, Aoi was getting an earful. Takahara, did you hear? Hanasono's practically glued to Kurosawa now. Aoi shot the student a cold glare. So what? Sakura, ever the loyal friend, rolled her eyes and whispered to him, if you don't do something, someone else will take her. He just kept working, his silence thick with tension. Just before the show, I sat alone backstage, clutching the old ribbon Aoi had given me years ago. A promise. I whispered to myself, I want to sing for someone. Ren walked in and saw me holding it. Is that important to you? I nodded. It's a promise. He smiled, but there was a sadness in his eyes. Then, keep it. A little while later, Sakura was helping me with my hair. You look like a snow princess, she said. I laughed faintly. I feel like I'm freezing. She turned me to face the mirror, her expression serious. Listen, whether your voice cracks or soars, Takahara will notice. He always has. My heart started pounding. In the auditorium, Aoi took a seat in the front row, just like he promised. He clutched his notebook, looking even more nervous than I felt. Please, don't cry this time, he muttered to himself. The lights dimmed. Ren began the soft piano intro, his fingers dancing on the keys. I stepped into the spotlight. I was supposed to look for Ren, but my eyes scanned the crowd. And then I found him. Aoi, his breath caught. At that moment it was just us. My voice, soft but clear, filled the auditorium. Even if my voice trembles, will you stay? Even if I'm weak. Will you see me? The audience was captivated. My voice grew stronger, filled with every emotion I'd been holding back. A tear slipped down my cheek, but my voice didn't break. I heard Aoi whisper, You did it, Aimi. From the piano, Ren saw it all. He saw who I was singing to, and his expression softened with acceptance. The final note hung in the air, followed by a moment of perfect silence.
Then the auditorium erupted in applause.
I bowed, smiling through my tears, my eyes immediately searching for Aoi. He was on his feet, clapping harder than anyone.
Our eyes met across the distance, a connection stronger than any sound. Backstage was a whirlwind of congratulations, but I was only looking for one person. I found Ren by the piano. "Thank you for today," I told him. He smiled. "You're welcome. But your voice didn't shine because of me."
You were singing for someone. My face turned bright red. Was it that obvious? He laughed lightly.
Painfully, I finally saw Aoi waiting awkwardly in the hallway. "Aoi!" I called out, my steps quickening.
Hey, he said. You were amazing. My heart swelled. You listened. That made me braver. Just as I was about to say more, the choir captain pulled me away for photos. I looked back at him, my eyes trying to say everything my voice couldn't. Later at the festival stalls, Sakura cornered him. You still haven't said anything. She wasn't looking for applause. She was looking for you. I was walking alone when Ren appeared beside me with a taiyaki. You should eat, he said gently. I took it, but my eyes drifted back to Aoi across the crowd. Ren understood. Go, he said. You don't have to thank me anymore. Finally, I found Aoi in the quiet school courtyard, under the winter lights. My heart was pounding. Aoi, there's something My voice cracked with emotion. I wanted you to be proud of me. He looked overwhelmed. I always was, I just didn't know how to show it. I stepped closer as snow began to fall again. We stood there, breathless, just a single step away from a confession. And then, a sudden burst of fireworks split the night sky, startling us both, leaving the words unsaid in the winter air. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for what happens next. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into the heart-wrenching, beautiful conclusion of Aoi and Amy's story. If you thought the last episode was tense, get ready, because this is where everything comes together. We left off with Aoi and Amy standing under the plum blossom tree, their shared memories hanging in the air. Amy makes a new promise, to sing again, but this time, for her voice to reach him first. Aoi, his voice soft but firm, promises to listen. The distance between them is finally shrinking, and you can just feel that spring and a new beginning are right around the corner. And that brings us to the final episode, to the one I chose. It's the day of the spring ceremony, and cherry blossoms are in full bloom. Backstage, Amy is a bundle of nerves, clutching her ribbon. She's not missing her chance this time. Her voice is for him. She walks onto the stage, completely alone. No choir, no piano, just Amy and a microphone. The auditorium buzzes with confusion. Is she really singing solo? In the second row, Aoi is frozen, his fists clenched, waiting. Amy takes a shaky breath and tells the crowd, this is a song for one person. Someone who always stayed by me. You can imagine the gasp that goes through the audience. Aoi knows. He knows it's for him. The music starts. Her voice, at first trembling, grows into something pure, strong, and incredibly honest. It's a confession in melody, and for those few minutes the rest of the world just fades away. It's just Aoi and Amy, connected by her song. Aoi just whispers her name, completely captivated. The moment the song ends, the hall erupts in applause. Amy gives a quick bow, but her eyes find Aoi's for just a split second. The message is crystal clear. Then she runs off stage. Without a second thought, Aoi is on his feet. His friend Sakura just grins and tells him to go, and he sprints out of the hall, his heart pounding. He searches and finally finds her, right where it all started, by their old plum blossom tree. Amy is standing there, tears of relief streaming down her face. Aoi, breathless, tells her, I heard you. All of it. Amy, blushing, confesses she meant every single word, even without saying his name. And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Aoi takes a step closer and says he's done just being a friend. He wants to be beside her, not just listening from a distance. Amy's eyes glisten as she asks him to stay with her. Aoi smiles softly and says, only if you keep singing, for yourself.
And maybe, sometimes, for me. Amy laughs through her tears, replying, only if you keep watching.
Just for me. One final step closes the gap between them. Their hands finally touch, fingers intertwining as if they were always meant to be there.
Aoi gently lifts her chin and asks if he can ... But she nods before he can even finish the question. He kisses her. It's gentle, shy, and so incredibly honest. Just like her song. As the cherry blossoms swirl around them, her ribbon falls loose, and she holds onto his shirt, lost in the moment. The story ends with a beautiful montage. Amy singing with newfound confidence, Aoi sketching her on stage, Ren smiling as he sees them together, and of course Amy and Aoi walking home, finally hand in hand. What a perfect, emotional ending to their journey.
Thanks for watching this incredible story unfold with me.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this.
See you next time.